Oscar Vasos, and for my project, I'm going to briefly go through the steps of doing CPR. Now, basically, you do CPR when someone is unconscious or passed out from cardiac arrest. Now, for CPR, if you see somebody that passed out, you go to them, you check to see if they're responsive. If they're not responsive, then you check for a pulse. And if there is no pulse or the pulse is weak and or thready, then you find someone around without leaving the person and ask for them to call 911 immediately and to tell them the situation that is going on and ask if they could get an AED. Now, if there is no AED around, you just start compressions for CPR. And an AED is an electronic machine that puts the heart back into its rhythm. And if there is no AED around, you start with CPR. Now, you start with compressions first, and then you go to breathing. Compressions is you press down on the breastbone, and you got to make sure your elbows are locked and straight, so you put all your weight into it. And then for an adult, you have to push in about 2.5 inches. But for a small child like she is, you would push in 1.5 inches. And for a baby, instead of using it like your hand, you don't use your hand for a baby, you use 2 fingers. But let's just pretend this is an adult. Now you press down 2.5 inches. I'm not going to really do it to her, of course, because she's not suffering from cardiac arrest. But if she was, you're going to do 30 compressions, like 1, 2, 3. Make sure your elbows locked so all your weight's going in there. And make sure your fingers are up like this and not in her rib cage. And you do it to 30 times. And then after the 30 times, you plug her nose, you lift her head up for airway, and you breathe in her mouth twice. And when you breathe, you watch to see if her chest is rising. And if it is, you know that you are doing it correctly. Then after that, you listen for a heartbeat. And if you do not hear a heartbeat, you continue to repeat those steps over and over again. 30 compressions, 2 breaths. Make sure you look to see if the chest recoil is back up. And if you do not hear a heartbeat or feel a heartbeat, then you just keep on doing it until medical attention comes. Remember, when you're checking a heartbeat on the radial pulse, you make sure you do not do it on the thumb side, because the thumb has its own pulse. You make sure you do it on the other side. So whatever side you are on of the patient, you make sure you do it on their opposite arm that you are from. Therefore, you're not going to the thumb side. And then that's basically my video on the steps going through CPR. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for paying attention.